All right, everybody, welcome back, baby. Welcome back to the show where we give you that real news and not that fake news. We back at it again, baby. We back at it again, and there's all types of stuff. The news doesn't stop. That's the thing about the news. It just keeps rolling and rolling. It's like a train, baby. It's like, it's like Kyle Burst versus Stackhouse, baby, Jr. They fighting in the pits. It's getting crazy out there. Celtics won in Game 7. I don't know what they're going to throw at us anymore. But Donald Trump is going to visit the South Bronx. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. did put some whoopings on Kyle Busch, though. So, you know what I'm saying? Old school NASCAR, baby. But let's just get it going. The media is mad. They're mad at Trump. Trump's winning all over the place. Michael Cohen basically said he was stealing from Trump $60,000 plus. And Trump's got a big rally in South Bronx tomorrow. It's going to be huge. It's like hostile territory, but it's not really hostile territory because I believe the South Bronx is full of Latinos and also I guess Black Americans and Latino Americans. So it's going to be very interesting. There's going to be a lot of support because everybody sees what's going on. And of course, you had the NIH trials up on Capitol Hill, but it was an investigation. Dr. Morin's, whatever, Anthony Fauci's right-hand man, he got caught Googling, using Gmail instead of his .gov account. And because he didn't want to get FOIA requested, you know what I'm saying? The Freedom of Information Act. He didn't want that. And he got caught deleting stuff, so we're going to get into all that. And then, of course, you got Bill Maher was on Gutfeld. If you watch Gutfeld, he's pretty funny. Occasionally I see him, but I see him on mainly the 5. Occasionally, if I happen to be watching at that time, but rarely watch any mainstream TV except for maybe the Today Show in the morning. That's it. And then I start my day. You know what I'm saying? Start my day doing big things out here. Hopefully you like and sub up, baby. And we get it moving around here. We just get it moving. And let's get into the whole Trump's going to visit South Bronx. You know what I'm saying? I think it's crazy. The people love it. We're getting excited out here. Trump don't have to go to court all week. He don't have to go back to court till Tuesday. And then it's going to be in the jury's hand. He probably will be found not guilty. And they hate it, especially AOC. AOC is elected in the Bronx. Alexandria Cortez, right? Sandy. Good old Sandy. So it's going to be very curious to see if she shows up because usually Trump brings, he'll bring people from New York, but I don't know how many people he can bring from New York because they're mostly all just, they're all just Republicans. So it should be curious of if she shows up. Do you think she shows up? I don't think she's going to show up because she's scared. She's definitely scared. So let's pull her up. She was on the Capitol steps the other day talking about how Trump's going to go to the South Bronx and how he can only go to the South Bronx because he has to go to court all the time. So let's pull this up. See what she got to say. See how Ricky she gets.
And by the way, he's doing it in the South Bronx not to make a point, but because he's got court. And the man practically has the legal version of an ankle bracelet around him, and he can't leave the 5 boroughs because he always has to be in court. And so it is truly an embarrassment to him. And I am looking forward to the response of everyday Bronxites talking about how they feel.
Why isn't that working? That's not working. That sound is garbage. Garbage out here. Why is that garbage? But why not hit that button? All right, are we having technical difficulties? We live, right? Did that sound like garbage? Let me know, chat. I don't know. I thought that sounded funny. Let's play it. Why are they playing?
About him coming to their backyard. And by the way, he's doing it in the South Bronx not to make a point, but because he's got court. And the man practically has the legal version of an ankle bracelet around him, and he can't leave the 5 boroughs because he always has to be in court. And so it is truly an embarrassment to him. And I am looking forward to the response of everyday Bronxites talking about how they feel about him coming to their backyard. And by the way, he's doing it in the South Bronx not to make a point.
She's definitely upset. And see, that's what I'm talking about. She's not going to show up because she's scared. She's scared. She's not going to show up. She's not going to show up because she's scared. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we need. We need fear in our politicians. They got to have a little bit of fear. January 6th put a little bit of fear in them. You know what I'm saying? They got to have fear. They got to be out here working for us, not working for all these other countries. You know what I'm saying? Tank season is getting ready to roll up in Russia and Ukraine. So Russia's already on the front. They're about to take more over. They're taking over cities. And it's going to be a slow decline. It's going to be a slow decline. It's going to be such an embarrassment for us. You know what I'm saying? As Americans, is that an embarrassment that we put all this money? How much money as taxpayers did we put into Ukraine? $100 billion, right? More? Maybe more? That's just a ridiculous amount of money. It's ridiculous. Like I believe a million seconds is 7 years. And I believe a billion seconds is like 700 years. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. They all sound like good numbers, and trillions just even more ridiculous. But let's get into how the people feel in the Bronx, because, the people of the Bronx want to know what's going on out there. They're feeling good. Donald Trump's coming tomorrow. Let's see what the people of South Bronx got to say. Let's see what they got to say. They out here. They're going to get their voices heard. And that's the best thing about this go-around. I guess they don't want this go-around with Donald Trump because the deep state's not coming along this time.
Everybody's struggling. People are getting desperate, too. That brings the crime up. When you get poverty and you get a bunch of people that come here that get actually more benefits than the people that been here.
It's true.
Then what?
This is real America. This right here, people are paying 30, 40% more. We were just going to buy Windex to clean the windshield. Everything is expensive. Everybody is hurting. People need to see that their leader cares about them. And Donald Trump does care about them. And that's why he's coming here.
Why do you want to see Donald Trump tomorrow?
But Donald Trump is the man. Everybody want to see Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is the man.
Everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if he's the man, but it's all we got. We can't have Joe Biden. We had President Trump for 4 years. We definitely had him for 4 years. And I'm not saying he was wrong, but we got to remember, we had COVID. We were on lockdowns. We couldn't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We had to sit at home, watch Netflix and all this stuff. Podcasts blew up all over the world. This one didn't blow up, but you know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? So we out here. Now we've seen what happened. We see what Joe Biden's doing. You just got to go to the supermarket. You just go to the supermarket. You go anywhere. Gas is even up 100%. You know what I'm saying? You're paying like $2.50 for gas. Now it depends where you live. You could be paying up to $7 for gas. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So we're going to vote him out this go around. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your people and vote him out. And here's James Comey, the deep state. James Comey. If you remember James Comey, he was going to charge Hillary Clinton with crimes, but they figured no one would prosecute her. But here's what I think. Hillary Clinton's being brought back up into the news lately. She's showing up to a lot of places. And I thought Joe Biden was not going to make it to the election. I still don't think he's going to make it to the election. And then I heard something, what was it, yesterday? Yesterday that Hillary Clinton's going to step in, and then Galvin Newsom would be the VP. And then Hillary would get like on stage or something and be like, we were here like 8 years ago, and now who's got the mug shot? You know what I'm saying? And the crowd goes wild, because he said lock her up. He said lock her up, but now she's not locked up. But I don't think it's going to be Hillary, because the Hillarys and the Clintons have a deep disdain for, you know what I'm saying, Americans. Americans had a chance to vote Hillary. She was up in all the polls. Remember the propaganda? But we didn't fall for it. We didn't fall for it one bit, and we're going to keep on moving forward. But here's James Comey. He was the head of the FBI, deep state guy, been around for a long time. He's saying we got to vote for Joe Biden. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I mean, and Joe Biden's been going on a lot of tours lately, so he's drugged up. Trump wants him to get drug tested before he shows up. But here we go. Here's old Comey talking about we got to vote for Joe Biden because Trump's evil. I don't know why they keep pushing it. It's a fail. It's a fail all over the place.
Are you concerned that it may get a test unlike any other if Donald Trump is reelected? I mean, when you think about a second Trump administration, what do you think the implications would be for the FBI?
Oh, serious, for the Justice Department and the FBI, because Trump is coming for those institutions. He knows their power, and I think he has regrets that he didn't work hard enough to corrupt them last time. So he's coming for them, and that's a danger for all Americans. He's going to put people in positions in those organizations. He didn't have all-stars the last time. He'll have the bottom of the barrel this time, but people who will want to do his will, and that should worry every American. This election matters. Because of a reason like that, people have to participate. You cannot sit on the sideline. I don't care how you feel about Joe Biden, you must vote for him because the consequences on the other side are too severe.
Are you concerned?
Too severe? I mean, what do we... The elites hate us, bro. They fucking hate us. They hate our guts. They hate everything about the taxpayer. They don't want anything to do with us. They don't want anything to do with us. I think they don't want Trump in this time. Because remember, Trump got in last time. I'm sure he even thought he wasn't going to win because the polls, everybody was like, oh, it's Hillary's. It's over. It was over. Everything said it was over. But that was their propaganda. And then everybody went out and voted. And they're like, oh, snap. The TV didn't work this time. You know what I'm saying? The newspapers didn't work this time because they had all the propaganda. 2020 is a different story. They had to bring in all types of stuff to beat Trump because they knew, wow, Trump is popular. The people love Trump. And we know stuff probably happened in 2020. We don't want to say too much, but I think stuff happened. You think stuff happened, but what are you going to do?
Look at this dumb motherfucker.
We in the jungle, baby. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourselves at all times. Make sure you like and sub up. Like and sub up. That's the name of the game. See? Rock and Roll Rebel Show's here for you, baby. We're here for you. So with that all being said, I think Trump's going to be all right. I think less people are going to vote this go around. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I think they think Trump's going to win, maybe. And I think the Democrats are worried that their base is not going to be hollering at them, you know, because look at all the stuff that Joe Biden screwed up. He screwed up Ukraine, Russia. I don't know why we're doing that. You got Israel and Palestine going off. You had the Afghanistan withdrawal was a complete, total debacle. I mean, cost U.S. soldiers their lives, and we just left it. All those years that we were over there, we just left. We didn't even leave at the airport, the Bagram airport. Should have at least kept that. It was far off the beaten path. But no, they gave it all over. And then all the equipment. You know what I'm saying? There's equipment. That should be a crime in itself. Joe Biden should be for that, you know? So this go around, I think it's going to be better because Trump's going to pick a better cabinet. That's what we need. We need Trump to pick a better cabinet. Nobody's going to vote for Joe Biden. You got to remember, Trump had Bolton. He had Pompeo. He had horrible picks. Deep, deep, deep state. But what are you going to do? Because if you have people like that, you get the COVID lockdowns. You get Anthony Fauci. You know what I'm saying? He's up on Capitol Hill. Rand Paul has been questioning him left and right. They had the trial of the COVID origins. But who knows? Who knows where it's coming from? You know what I'm saying? They still don't want to tell us. I don't know how much I can say on YouTube. I know I already have up the COVID-19 is going to pop up in the left-hand corner about COVID-19. So I got to be careful here about what you say about COVID. Everything's safe and effective. Everything's safe and effective. Nothing is rising up 500%. Nothing is rising up 300%. You know, none of this stuff you see with your eyes is happening. So we're just going to leave it at that. But here's Rand Paul. We'll play Rand Paul for a hot minute. We're just going to sum up how the NIH is up. The second hand, Fauci's right-hand man was up on Capitol Hill. We'll leave it at that. And it's a tough subject. It's a tough subject. I don't know how far you can go with this or not go with this. But this is reported on the news. The trial is up. So this is all legal stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is legal. So we're going to play it.
You tweeted this out on Friday on X. You said, Fauci flunky and fixer David Morins must be prosecuted. What charges should he face?
It's a felony to destroy records. It's a felony to destroy evidence. And so without question, Morins has admitted in his emails that he was destroying evidence. And he says in all likelihood, Tony Fauci was too. Essentially, David Morenz is Anthony Fauci's Michael Cohen. He's the fixer. He's the guy that is the back channel. He's the guy that's getting information to Tony that nobody can see, takes it in person. I mean, this sounds like the mob or something. It doesn't sound like high-ranking scientists. He's taking information that can be shredded and destroyed to Anthony Fauci outside of the system through email or through private delivery to his house. But it is a crime to destroy records. It is a crime to destroy evidence. And so I feel very certain that he should be prosecuted. I'm sending a letter to the Department of Justice. The question is, will the Department of Justice act? And frankly, if you were prosecuting this, what you would do is offer Morenz some possible immunity if he'll testify to actually what Anthony Fauci was doing, since I believe Anthony Fauci was in charge of the entire conspiracy.
So we finally learned.
Okay, so he thinks Fauci is the head of the snake. You know what I'm saying? They say Rome burned, right? Didn't they Rome burned or whatever, and they realized it was the snakes that were inside the tent? Something like that. I don't know if any of that makes any sense, but that's what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? You hear about the fiddle and stuff, but what are you going to do? So then you got Dr. Fauci out here. I mean, he's sort of gone radio silent. He's not putting out a lot of stuff no more, but like I said, they had the Morenz guy. Dr. Morenz was up. David Morenz was up testifying, and he just was like, oh, I messed up. So and it's weird because can we pull the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing here? Let's pull this up. This is in Congress. So this is all noted. This is all recorded. And this is what we're being led by morons, baby. But look, listen to this. I don't know what's going on here.
Dr. Morenz, your emails have been quite interesting. Reading them has been pretty shocking. On April 18th, 2020, you wrote an email saying, Peter Daszak emailed me and Tony, congratulating Tony on standing up for science. That email somehow fell into the hands of the congressman, probably via a FOIA of someone who didn't delete it, as I did, delete all of Peter's emails and others relating to the origin when the shit started hitting the fan. Anyway, the congressman got a copy of Peter D's emails from someone at NIH, and he now wants to get any reply Tony and I or anyone else may have sent back to Peter. Mine was erased long ago. I verified that today, and I feel pretty sure Tony's was too. The best way to avoid FOIA hassles is to delete all emails when you learn a subject is getting sensitive. In any case, there's nothing here except opportunities to hassle, harass, and huff and puff. Wow. You really got into some opportunities. You also wrote on June 16, 2020, you said, the FOIAs are dreadful and paranoia-inducing. In the old days, we had to do them ourselves by hand. I mean, finding and printing out thousands of emails coming in and going out. Now, they sometimes FOIA text messages, too. Many FOIAs turn up thousands of pages of docs, and, of course, most of meaningless. We are all smart enough to know to never have smoking guns, and if we did, we wouldn't put them in emails. And if we found them, we'd delete them. Wow. You wrote on February 24th, 2021, you said, you were right, and I need to be more careful. However, as I mentioned once before, I learned from our FOIA lady here how to make emails disappear after I am FOIA'd. But before the search starts, so I think we are all safe. Plus, I deleted most of those earlier emails after sending them to Gmail. Dr. Morenz, who's your FOIA lady? Is it Hillary Clinton? You're welcome.
Thank you for the humor. I think, you said about 10 things there, and my brain can't keep them all in my head. But I think I've answered a lot of those questions. That the FOIA, I told you who the FOIA lady was. I told you what she told me. I told the committee that it's impossible to avoid a FOIA, and it's impossible to destroy an NIH document, an email document.
Well, clearly, because we've got your emails, and they're pretty shocking.
There you go.
I do appreciate humor as well, but you do receive a taxpayer paycheck, and when it comes to work emails, there's a lot of things that shouldn't.
So basically, he just doesn't even care. Doesn't even care that he was breaking the law or he was hiding the truth about COVID. I don't know what the truth is. Wink, wink. But they were hiding the truth. So we got to get off this because this is a touchy subject on YouTube. And I don't know how to dance around that subject so well. But it's just wild. It's just 100% wild of what they're trying to do. And then let's get into this Bill Maher. I mean, I don't care about Bill Maher. Bill Maher used to be funny back in the day. I used to watch his Politically Incorrect, and technically I didn't even really like him, but he had good guests on, and he was like, you know, he tried to be like a hipster, and his thing was like he dated black ladies and he smoked marijuana. That was his thing, and you know, I'm hip, cool, and smart, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that guy's like, you know, he's like 4'7", you know what I'm saying? And he's weak, but let's play a little bit of this right here. And I thought it was pretty funny because they took jabs at old Bill Maher on Gutfeld. And I just thought it was something funny, you know, something light. We'll leave out with something light. It's all over the place. What you really want to get into is the Tucker Carlson interview. Tucker Carlson interviewed the Blackwater, used to be the head of Blackwater, which is a private security firm that the government was hiring to, you know, help fight their wars. And that was a very enlightening episode. And I suggest you go watch that. And then, you know what I'm saying? Let's play this Gutfeld. I just wanted to put that promo out there. But let's watch how Bill Maher's going to get a little bit of ripped here. And I think he had it coming. You know what I'm saying?
Quibs.
Okay, go for it. Quib away, Mr. Quib.
Well, I mean, I agree that it's great that we're talking. I agree that we agree on some things. We're not exactly aligned on the most important things, which is basically Trump is someone who does not concede elections. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
You don't seem to see it that way. That's the most important thing that's going on in this country. He didn't concede the last election. He's not going to concede this election.
You don't know that. You don't see into the future, Bill. I don't see your crystal ball.
Yeah, I did, because I was the only one who was talking about that way back when, and everybody said, "Oh, you smoke too much pot." Turned out I smoked just the right amount of pot.
There's no right amount.
But
like
can you
knows,
really
but he
picture
just has
this
to
guy
stick to
going,
his
"You know
story."
what? I lost. That's it."
He did. He left.
He left because he had to leave, because he couldn't.
Yes, but that's how it works.
Well,
what do you think he's going to like board up the White House? You know, pull a straw dogs with Dustin Hoffman?
Well, last time he thought the other Republicans would back him up. When he called that guy in Georgia and said, "I need 11,000 votes. I want you to find them."
He said find. He didn't say create. He said find.
Well, that's the same thing.
No, it's not. You don't say on an Easter egg hunt, I want you to create some Easter eggs.
Boys, we have a show here.
All right, Dr. Drew.
Okay.
Boys. I mean, my favorite show of television ever to do was Politically Incorrect.
Which you stole. This is exactly what it looked like, except the difference was Politically Incorrect was purposely mixing people with different viewpoints.
Which is what we're doing.
Tonight.
Yes. This is why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No.
So, Dr. Drew.
Yes, sir.
You're really good at diagnosing mental illness.
Okay.
What is Bill's problem?
Wow. I feel like Tom Brady.
No, let me. It does feel personal about Trump with Bill.
It's not.
It feels that way.
No,
It's
I
not
don't think so.
personal.
No. It's just a difference of
He
opinion.
did sue
different
me.
view.
Did he sue you?
Of course.
I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
Here in news?
Yes. I don't follow everything in your life, Bill.
Well, that was kind of... Yes, he sued me because I said he possibly was the son of an orangutan. Because we showed the picture, he looks exactly like the hair color. It looks exactly like an orangutan.
You know what's interesting as far as it pertains to Orange, he's always been the stand-up politician, right? But now he's sort of heading towards Carrot Top. Some of the stuff he's doing at the podium with the Tic Tacs and everything. He's really becoming a comedian at the podium.
Well, he's you know what? He realizes.
What's he talking about? Becoming a orangutan? But that's it. I thought that was funny. I really did think that was very funny. You can watch the rest of it. I mean, it's hilarious. It's 100% hilarious. And we just got to stay free, baby. You got to stay free. Make sure you tune in to Kingdom Radio, too. Kingdom Radio's out here doing big things. And we're going to jump on for a Friday recap with Kingdom Radio. We're going to talk about all the things that we missed this week. But, it's Wednesday, and it's Memorial Day is coming up. Memorial Day is coming up. Make sure you thank a soldier, even though Memorial Day is for the ones that passed. But you got to thank soldiers out there for fighting for our freedom. If you enlisted, you know what I'm saying. You're a brave individual. And we salute you here at the Rock and Roll Rebel Show. God loves you. God bless, baby. And I'll see you mañana, baby. See you mañana.